For fortified front-end protection and winch functionality, Westin's HDX winch mount grille guard offers complete protection of your grille and headlight assembly with powder-coated steel strength and a head-turning design, along with full winch capabilities to keep you prepared for anything. Built from a mild steel and powder-coated in black, this heavy-duty grille guard includes a full punch plate center grille to keep all matters of debris from getting through and damaging your truck's grille. The heavy-duty grille guard provides full protection of your grille as well as your headlights with 2-inch tubes and full wraparound wings. The grille guard is compatible with winches up to 10¼ inches tall and with load ratings up to 12,000 pounds. Underneath your F-150, you need to remove the front air dam by unbolting the 2 screws that hold it in place behind the tow hooks. Then pry off the nut clips that the screws went into. Now we must take off the tow hooks by fully removing the frontmost bolt, then loosening the rear bolt slightly to take off the tow hook. Then remove the rear bolt the remainder of the way and take out the factory nut plates from the frame. Trimming of the tow hook pockets is required, so we made a clean cut straight backwards, then cleaned up the surface for a factory look. Directly under the factory body mount through the front wheel wells, you will see a hole in the frame where a new stud plate bolt can be inserted with the provided plastic retainer so the bolt will not fall into the frame. The same can be done for the third hole that is behind the tow hook mounts. Slide in the new double nut plate to the tow hook mounts before installing the bracket to the frame over both of the bolts we just installed. Use a washer and lock washer before threading on the nut hand tight. Then thread in the last 2 bolts in the bracket to the original tow hook locations where we inserted the double nut plate. After getting them all hand tight, you can torque them down completely. We placed our winch tray onto the brackets and bolted it down with 2 bolts and nuts per side. Use washers here as well. Now we are ready to install our winch we chose into the winch tray. Check that the winch you want to run is compatible with the winch tray and brush guard. Once your winch is bolted down, you can take the brush guard itself and mount it up to the brackets. A friend will come in handy to hold it while you insert and tighten the hardware. The brush guard can be adjusted front to back to your liking by the lowest bolt mount in the brush guard.
This is our review of the Westin HDX grille guard. This system installed really easy and has been extremely solid. It's got room for the winch. It'll hold up to a 12,000 pound winch, and we've got specs on our site as far as what dimensions that allow some of the different winches. Even though their strength may be the same, their pulling power may be the same, their dimensions are different. The install was really easy, went on just the way Westin said. Winch sits in there great. It wraps around and protects the whole front of the truck. We hit rocks with the 2 vertical bars that have the rubber coating on them. The rubber coating was just fine. We pushed over brush with the 2-inch powder coated bars that go around the side. We have some light scratches on them, but nothing that broke through the powder coat. It mounts extremely solid. If you grab the 2-inch bars up by the headlight, you're not going to be able to move them at all. It's a very, very strong system. The only cons that I would have on this system is if you're worried about fitting the truck into a garage, it's going to add about 8 inches of extra length to the truck. It also can look a little bulky if you don't have other items on the truck. So if this was just to go on a stock truck, it's going to really draw your eye to the front of the truck. We have our wheels and tires that stick out a little bit. They sit about flush with the bars that wrap around the headlights, so that looks pretty good. We've also got the rack on top and the spare on top. This bull bar looks like it belongs on our truck, but on a bone stock truck, it may look a little bulky.
Check out all of our F150 aftermarket options by clicking the link in the description below. Also subscribe and give us a follow on social media to stay up to date.